Come on through, Cookie. I want to pull my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is going to be my review for Too Close to Home. This is season 2, episode 2. Alright, so we start right back where we ended. We got Annie is out in Brody's front yard, and the Secret Service man has actually pulled up. And, of course, Brody went into protection mode, pretty much. And the Secret Service guy is like, giving Brody, like, I'm trying to brush you off, but don't get it twisted. I will fuck you up, kind of thing. And he's saying, ma'am, you really need to take this call. Oh, Anna's just carrying on. I'm not taking it, this, that, and the other. She wants to jump in the car. She's going to leave, blah, 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 blah. So the president told the man to put him on speaker. He put him on speaker. As soon as she heard his voice, you know, she stopped with all her antics and her carrying on, and he talked to her and manipulated. You know how he talks to her. He talks to her very, it's weird. It's like, he talks down to her, kinda. I don't know, it's just kind of creepy how he talks to her, but he got her attention. And then she still was like, oh, just forget it. She took the phone off the Secret Service man and threw it. Because he was telling her to come back to D.C. She's like, I'm not coming back to D.C. This is over. This is over. He's like, I didn't do anything. He's like, your wife, this is over. She threw the phone. So, Secret Service man picks up his phone. Annie speeds off. Him and Brody look at each other again. And he's looking at Brody like, no, go ahead. Because ain't nobody for no foolishness. For real, I'm going to fuck you up now. Brody went on in the house. In the meantime, between time, we got the sister-in-law, the black sister-in-law. She done got caught not being at home. The brother done called from the service and woke the fat sister up, child. And the sister's like, went in there and was like, she ain't here, you know, and whatever and whatnot. So she ended up going, you know, whatever, to the neighbor's house, was over there fucking. So him and her phone was ringing and carrying on. The sister-in-law was trying to call her, and the boyfriend had tried to call, or the husband was trying to call her. She done missed the call, sleep over there, basking in the glory of dick that she ain't had no business getting. So she's like, okay, let me go home. But she started telling him a little bit of her story. She basically is just miserable with her life. She's miserable with the choices that she has made. She doesn't want to be married. I believe she does actually love her husband, but doesn't want to be married to him. She feels stagnant. She feels trapped. She wanted to go to New York and pursue being an actress. And she got married, and she's here stuck on the sister-in-law's couch, who loves to talk shit to her, who don't even appreciate the fact that she's on the couch. But we also found out that the husband pays half of the motherfucking rent while you talking all this shit, okay? So I got just as much right here, bitch, as you did, actually. So very interesting. But her and the sister-in-law kind of had a little, you know, tete-a-tete, honey. She told her, let me find out that you're doing something against my brother. She's like, cheating on your brother, girl, get out of here with that mess. You crazy. But before she got back home, she was leaving the other trailer. Oh, and the guy, the other trailer, he's in love with her. Flat out in love with her. Is so hurt that she even doesn't want to be woke. She's like, I'm just sick of this. This is all just ridiculous. I'm sick of it. He is so hurt. He's in love with her. So I feel kind of bad for him because he's just all in it. All in about to fuck up his marriage and everything else. But so, she's leaving, and gets over there, child, and the next thing you know, she sees old girl, the pretty girl that they don't know about. she's looking out her blind. She went up and knocked on her door and go over there and start picking an argument with her, telling her, you better stay out of my shit and you better not be in my business. You know, you see my head, right? All that. That's what she had for. The girl told her, she said, back up away from my door and I'm not going to tell you again. I said, oh. And the way that she approached it, she was so calm. I said, I want to know more about her because her demeanor told me that she will fuck you up. Like, seriously, fuck you up. So I'm wondering, is she there on like a witness protection, or is she some type of a secret service agent or something? But her demeanor definitely said, I am not for this cat and mouse game, girl. I will twist your ass up and give you something, honey. So I don't know. But anyway, she told her, get on from in front of my door before I hurt you up. Seriously, go ahead. I ain't really with it. You know, do what you do, but just get out my face. So that all was going on. Okay, so Mac is actually up, waiting on Annie when Annie finally gets home, because everybody else is in the bed asleep. And he ends up telling her, you know, because she thinking everybody hates her. And he told her, no, I love you, you know. And he asked her, could he hug her? She's like, why would you want to do that? He said, because I love you, you know, and I want you to be all right. I was waiting on you. And he hugged her and everything like that. Because remember, she is his aunt. She's his aunt. He belongs to Shelby. Now, when Shelby ended up coming in, it was like a complete flip of the switch. Shelby tried to hug him. He told her, don't you fucking touch me. Don't put your hands on me, you bitch. You know, he ain't got no use for her junkie ass at all. No use. And, you know, she come in here starting trouble. That's just what she does. Rebel has the same feeling about Annie, because Annie's Rebel's mother. But Rebel, she hates Annie. And that's what Mac was explaining to Annie, like, no, she doesn't hate you. She's just angry. And the kids tease her and stuff, so she's going through a rough time, but I'm teaching her to be tough. You know, this, that, thing, and the other. Well, Rebel came out, was like, don't be laughing at me. Don't be talking about my business, this, that, and the other. You know, she's having a fit. You know how teenage girls do. And then she's like, you want to talk about something funny? Let's talk about what's funny. What's funny is Barney and Brody. That's funny. And then you and Brody. That's funny. Let's talk about funny. Let's talk about the fact that Mac and I have the same dad. Yeah, I heard what you all said, honey. And then Mac ended up saying about their father that he wasn't in jail. They thought he was in jail. He's not in jail, and he's been looking at Rebel. And Barney came out there and told him, you know, don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of it. This, that, thing, and the other. So just a mess. A mess. A lot of stuff was unfolded. But that's how Tyler does with this one. Stuff be unfolded so quick. It's like, oh my God, they got so much crap going on. Dax and Valerie actually got into it. Valerie was saying, why are you being such a bitch? Why are you doing this, that, thing, and the other? And on and on. And then they kind of like had a little tip, and he's like, Dax is like done. Like, he's done playing the nice guy role, like that role. And he was really just acting and playing this role. He's done. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm ready to go. I ain't got time for this. Fuck you. Fuck him. You sitting up talking about I'm being mean. Fuck him and fuck you. And told Valerie, and I know why you're so mad at Anna. You know, you can tell me any story you want, but I know that you were fucking them too, and that's why you are so angry. And when Annie came into the picture, he threw you away like an old wet mop. I said, oh, child, it is all just too much, honey. Then there was this whole scene with Brody and the dad. Child, the dad done come down. They was out on the porch because Brody and Dax actually got into it. Dax was telling Brody to move one of the trailers or whatever it was, the little tractors rather, so he could get the car so he could leave, because he wanted to leave. He had his stuff. He was ready to go. And Brody was like, first of all, why are you talking to me like that? You know, like all nasty and stuff. It's like, I was here for you and your little guy friend and all that. We took y'all in, and why are you talking to me? Don't talk to me like that. Dax was talking that shit. Brody, let me tell you something. Do you see all the land around you? Do you see all of the equipment around you? It is nothing for a body to get hit and back here in all these acres of land. Don't talk to me like that. I said, that's right, Brody. Kick his fucking ass. But Dax like, oh, fuck you, honey. And he said, don't be disrespecting my dad. His dad was out there, but his crazy ass. Valerie came down. She's standing in the doorway. Dax took his little bags and walked on off. Child, the daddy turns around, looks at Valerie, and is like, Sheba. So they're like, who the fuck is Sheba? Come to find out, honey. He's like, oh, Sheba, you're so beautiful. This, that, thing, and the other. And then he started going in and he's telling Brody about how Sheba used to make him feel, oh, this woman used to make me feel so good. Oh, she used to set me on fire. I said, oh. So they both were kind of laughing at him. And he's like, yeah, he's going to say, did mama know? He's going to say, I think it's time to go to bed. It's time for me to go to bed. I said, he be going in and out with his crazy ass. And then he gave me some more. Skin is so dark and chocolate and tasty. And ooh, I said, Then when he went to go up the steps to go get to bed, he gonna smack Valerie on her butt. I said, oh, honey, that doctor was a mess. I'm telling you. I believe that somewhere along the line, I think before the girl's mother became a fat, nasty, stinking bitch, I think the doctor used to fuck her too. That's probably how that bitch was keeping her motherfucking rent paid. We gonna see, but anyway, so they goes on up there. Child, later on that night, laying in the bed, honey, and the doctor done came up in the room, butt naked, and got in the bed with goddamn Valerie, child, and upset the whole thing. Child, it was a mess. It was a mess. I said, oh my God, honey. So Brody came and said, I told you you gotta lock the doors and stuff. She's like, I forgot. I went to the bathroom. I forgot. They took his dad some cover up, going back up in there in the room. Valerie and Victor both were like, we're out of here. We are literally out of here tomorrow. We're getting out of here. Whatever. So all while that's going on, Shelby and Rick, child. That was another thing. When Rick dropped Shelby off at home at Bonnie's house, he was telling her how much he loved her and everything, and she was saying, well, come on, it's one thing. He's in love with her. They're both junkies. She, by far, is worse, but she got him wrapped all up around her finger. She's like, come over my place. And she's like, your mama don't like me. And when you leave to go to work, she always wakes me up and fucks with me. You get paid tomorrow. You come and pick me up and we'll go somewhere where you get paid. You make sure you come pick me up, but after you get paid. I said, oh, he's a trick. Poor thing. Poor thing. That goddamn Shelby, that bitch know how to get some money and some drugs. She ain't shit. Shelby, before she went in the house, had a little run-in with the mother because the mother going to call her over and say, what are you doing? And she said, Rick was dropping me up, so I can't stand him. I said, oh, you got a lot of nerve. Your daughter's the one dragging him through the mud, fucking his life up. But then she's trying to get Shelby to make her something to eat. She's like, I'm not making you nothing to eat. You see what's happening is, Bonnie don't feed you this time of night. But I'm hungry. Like, you fat, nasty, stinking ass up there. Fucking mess. So, anyway. Last thing that went on, Dax and Annie had a little issue because he asked her, can you drive me to a hotel or wherever? She's like, no, I can't. This, that thing, and the other was shady. She said, you didn't try to help me. Your boyfriend, he said, my boyfriend drove you out. She said, oh, now he's your boyfriend, and this, that thing, and the other. He's like, fuck you, Annie, bitch. And he went walking. Last we seen of him, he's walking down the road, and who would be coming down the road? He flagging. It was JB. JB picks him up, figures out exactly who he is, and he's like, oh, no, I'm getting out the car. I'm done. He's like, never mind. When he said, oh, you're the one. You are friends with the little queer guy. and got his ass whipped. And he's like, okay, I'm getting out. Like, I don't even want this trouble. I'm gone. And JB now reached his hand over there and gonna say, no, hold up. You know, it's not good to offend none of the dudes around here. Just chill out. I said, JB, what you get ready to do, honey? So you can tell Dax is scared, and JB's ass is up to something, and we know it ain't fucking. I believe he's gonna try to beat him up and try to get his credit cards and shit. Because remember, they all knew that Victor had credit cards and shit like that. Miss JB, you better go sit your ass down. Or maybe he is going to go play gay for pay. Who knows? He got a whole lot of something going on, honey, because you know they trying to fuck him up, honey. So we'll see. But that's where it ended. It was a good episode. This little show definitely has potential. I hate the fact that it's actually on TLC because I don't think it's actually getting the viewership that it should get being on TLC. I wish it was over on OWN right along with everything else. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is part of the plan, and maybe it's actually grabbing a different group of viewers. But from looking at my views of who's watching me reviewing it, I just don't think that it's getting the attention that it actually deserves. It's a really good show. But anyway, all right, we're going to keep plugging. I'm going to keep reviewing. And Tyler, I'll help you as much as I can. It's a good show, though, guys. I'll talk to you guys next week. All right, bye.